From beaten pieces, a story began. One man with a vision, one heart with a plan. Ink-stained fingers, sleepless nights. Truth on the page, our people's life. Headlines faded, but the mission stayed. Through the storms, we still made our way. No corporate backing, no fame, no show. Just heart and hustle, and the will to grow. Be part of the call. Lift your voice and join the flame.
Hello everybody. Once again, this is Fred Wanko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Allen TV. And as usual, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are around the world. This is going to be just short clips of what different people, some well-known, some unknown, are saying about the Donald Trump statement on Nigeria. When it's all said and done, you'll see that a lot of Nigerians don't see anything wrong with what Donald Trump said. Many, though, are against any kind of military incursion into Nigeria. Donald Trump said nothing wrong about the atrocities going on against Nigerians, especially Christians. But Nigeria is a sovereign nation, and it's not right, regardless of how powerful America may be, for America to bring their soldiers into Nigeria unless Nigeria asks them to do so. Let's listen to Seun and then Dele Farotimi, and then.
Is Saudi Arabia doing jihad? How many Saudi Arabian princes are riding around Arabia doing jihad, trying to steal land for their people? How many of them are still doing it? They have settled down, they are building nations. Look at Qatar is hosting World Cup. Saudi Arabia is doing amazing things all over the place. In fact, Saudi Arabia owns almost all the tech companies. They have invested their money far and wide. That is the power that they have gotten by modernizing their ideology. You people are still here dreaming of jihad. Take out then our African elites. The northern leaders of Nigeria are still here thinking they want to do jihad to southern Nigeria. Check out them. They get no get sense. They will say Seun is rude. Seun na Igbo smoker. Seun the.
Well, if it takes smoking Igbo to make that kind of sense, I hope Seun continues to smoke Igbo. And I hope more Nigerians will learn how to smoke Igbo so they could talk to our leaders about how to make changes in our country. Now let's hear Dele Farotimi on Donald Trump.
As the Nigerian government continue to allow genocide in Nigeria, now, if you know me, you will know that I am not a respecter of persons. I'm a respecter of truth. I do not need Trump to tell me that the Nigerian government is complicit in the genocide that has been taking place in the country. I do not require Trump, and I have been saying this consistently for a decade. In the public, in books, in speeches, in essays, there is substantial evidence in the public space to conclusively say that the Nigerian government allows what is happening. So let us be clear. We do not need Trump to tell us that, or he said that in his tweet. I have no choice. I have to follow the truth. I have to agree with him. The Nigerian government allows the genocide because there is indeed a genocide. And I have called it that for at least a decade. I do not require Trump to tell me that there is a genocide going on in Nigeria that the government of Nigeria has allowed. I do not require Trump to say that.
Now, if you think Dele Farotimi was blunt, because he said it so perfectly, but if you think he was blunt, wait till you listen to Kemi Olu, Dr. Kemi. She's talking about bringing in the bomb.
President Trump, I have an advice for you. I'm retired Nigerian journalist Kemi Olu, Dr. Kemi. It's November 2nd, 2025. If you decide to strike Nigeria, please, we've had AFRICOM everywhere in West Africa, and the people don't like AFRICOM. Those that don't like AFRICOM are the enemies of the people. They're the same people killing the people. There is no mercy. President Trump, Secretary Hegseth, send a B-2 Spirit stealth over there. Send a B-2 Spirit stealth bomber over there like you did for Iran. Northeast Nigeria, a very beautiful conservation forest that we used to visit as kids in the 70s. Sambisa Forest. Empty that forest. Clear Sambisa Forest. That is the headquarters of Boko Haram. That is where they live, work, and plan every terror attack. Send a B-2 stealth bomber over there. Spirit stealth like you did for Iran. Free the people. Many have died in the struggle, President Trump. Secretary Hegseth, I read your tweet that you're ready. Yes, sir. Okay, we need to free the Nigerian people.
Now, while President Tinubu and his cohorts are running around the world trying to convince Donald Trump, instead of addressing the problem at home, the Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, whatever you call them, have attacked another Christian community in Jos. But they say it's not Christians. Listen to this one.
Less than 24 hours after the US government made Nigeria a country of particular concern, the terrorists don't go attack Christians for Jos again. Less than 24 hours. They don't even want to try to beat the allegation after the president of Nigeria has lied that nothing is happening. Less than 24 hours, this terrorist has gone to attack Christians in Jos again. Yet we keep lying that nothing is happening in this country. They don't go attack. They're not even trying to beat the allegation. They're not even trying to be like, oh, let's pretend for a while. Let's withdraw so that it will look like we're not doing anything. Less than 24 hours, another attack.
Now, this one, the next one you're going to see, many of the Tinubu apologists are going to say he's demarcated in Nigeria. At the end, it's a short one. I want you to tell me where he lied. One single lie that you could pull out of there.
America and Trump, they don't have good intentions. They just want to come and take over your land. Does the Nigerian government have good intentions towards Nigerians? Trump does not care about Christians. He just wants to come and take your mineral resources. What difference will that make? Mineral resources that Nigerians don't even benefit from. Mineral resources that are being enjoyed by a few select elites. I grew up in Nigeria, was born and bred in Nigeria. For the longest time, we kept on hearing how Nigeria is so rich. We have lots of oil, but it has not made any difference in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. So why do you think that saying, oh, Americans are coming to take your oil, like why do you think that that makes any difference? They don't care about you. Oh, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Does the Nigerian government care about Nigerians? Oh, it's such an insult for Trump to speak to the Nigerian president like that. Who attracted that kind of insult and disregard by his incompetence? The Nigerian president. Oh, but Trump called Nigeria a disgraced country. But Nigeria is actually a disgraced country. Our leaders have made this country a hell of a mockery.
Do you remember when Donald Trump called Nigeria a shithole? Is Nigeria not a shithole? Is Nigeria not making mockery of itself around the world? Especially under a president who looks worse than the president we thought was the worst president we ever had, President Buhari. Bola Ahmed Tinubu looks worse. The only difference is that he's a good bullshitter. The only Nigerians that would disagree with are the Tinubu-pocketed Nigerians who are blind in their loyalty to a very incompetent, very corrupt president. Now, let's conclude on a different note. Let's conclude with the Tinubu-pocketed Nobel laureate, Wole Soyinka. A lady just gave him what most Nigerians would like to give him, except the ones who see him as Mr. Tiwani Tiwa. Then after that, we'll conclude with a continuation of the harassment of Senator Natasha by the Senate President, Akpabio. We're almost done.
So, Wole Soyinka, I saw your message, your tweet, and it's really painful because, you know, one would expect that you people have some level of, with the level you guys have attained, you should have some level of sympathy. The other day we saw you at Aso Rock. We saw you in Aso Rock and you were just enjoying your life like you don't have any problem. With all due respect, sir, you are 89. You are 89. Can you people stop? Can you people stop playing with the future of Nigeria? Your kids are abroad. We in Nigeria, what future are you guys laying down? You are 89. You are 89. 89. Wole Soyinka, you are 89. You people should leave Nigeria alone. Leave the politics alone.
This is really sad. That lady's sentiment is the sentiment of most of Nigeria's youth, regardless of which tribe they come from. I stress that because it disappoints me and it's very shameful when I see my friends who see what's going on in Nigeria, see the position Wole Soyinka is taking, and have the guts to question my challenge in Wole Soyinka and his morality, if you want to call it that. The audacity of his ignorance in the way he handles the problem in Nigeria under his crony friend Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This lady just spilled the guts of Nigeria's youth.
From beaten pieces, a story began. One man with a vision, one heart with a plan. Ink-stained fingers, sleepless nights. Truth on the page, our people's life. Headlines faded, but the mission stayed. Through the storms, we still made our way. No corporate backing, no fame, no show. Just heart and hustle, and the will to grow.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. Good morning. This is Senator Natasha. Having completed my celebration of my second year in office, I decided to take a week off. So I'm at the airport here, and my passport is being withheld again. The same thing happened last time where my passport was seized. I have committed no offense, and there is no order from the court to withhold my passport and deny me traveling. The last time this happened, the officer in charge told us that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, instructed them to withhold my passport and prevent me from traveling because he said each time I travel out of the country, I smear the country's image by granting interviews out in international media. You have no right to withhold my passport. You have no right to deny me exit and entrance into my country. I have not committed any offense, and this must stop. I've been standing here for the past 20 minutes. Why are you doing this? What have I committed? The last time it had to take someone influential to call you to release my passport. Is Godswill Akpabio so important? Why is he overruling boundaries? Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President, has instructed the Comptroller General of Customs to deny me exit, to withhold my passport. So there is no reason why my passport should be withheld at the international airport. There is no reason why. You have no right to do that, madam. You have no right. You are taking laws into your hands. There is no court order. I have not missed any of my court appearances. I have attended all my court sessions. I am not a flight risk. I am not a risk to my country. So why are you treating me like a criminal? Can I have my passport, please? Thank you very much. Sometimes I think you just have to be a rebel to get things right.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Allen TV. And until next time, good night and God bless.
We've undertaken to make a difference. Our foundation is passionate about empowering communities and fostering growth. We are grateful for the opportunity. We invite you to follow us on our social media, Facebook and Instagram at Munacha Charity Support Foundation. You can also reach out to us via these platforms or through email if you have any questions. In the same vein, we'd like to extend our gratitude to all our supporters and partners.
From beaten pieces, a story began. One man with a vision, one heart with a plan. Ink-stained fingers, sleepless nights. Truth on the page, our people's life. Headlines faded, but the mission stayed. Through the storms we still made our way. No corporate backing, no fame, no show. Just heart and hustle and the will to grow. Be part of the call. Lift your voice and join the flame. 40 years we built this hope. Our story, our name. Sponsors, partners, family, friends. Let's rise again. Together we'll stand. Helen Media, we tell your truth. Covering our community since 85. Be part of the growth. Be part of the growth. From Chicago streets to every coast, we gave our people what mattered most. Voices unheard, stories untold. We turned pain into power, ink into gold. No clickbait headlines, no empty fame. Just service, vision, and a sacred name. For every child who dreams to lead, we plant the truth, we sow the seed.